The boss walks past the security guard and says, "Good morning." The security guard says, "Good morning, sir." The boss looks at the security guard, stops, and asks, "Mr. David, what happened to your face?" The security guard says, "Nothing, sir. I accidentally fell while eating yesterday." The boss says, "You fell? Did a simple fall really leave your face like this? I'll give you 2 days off. Go home and get some rest." The security guard says, "Thank you, sir, but I'm still on duty." Just then, a delivery driver comes running toward the entrance. The security guard stops him and says, "Where do you think you're going?" The delivery driver says nervously, "Please, brother, help me deliver this order inside. It's Manager Sophia's food. If it isn't delivered on time, I'll be in big trouble." The boss asks, "Who is this food for? Did the company policies change while I was away?" The security guard says, "Sir, all of us follow the rules, but Manager Sophia refuses to." The boss asks, "Who is this Manager Sophia? I was only away for a few days. Did the company policies change?" The security guard says nervously, "No, sir. She tells everyone that she has a special relationship with you." The boss asks in surprise, "A special relationship? Even I don't know anything about that." The security guard says regretfully while lightly slapping his own forehead, "But Manager Sophia tells everyone that she has a special relationship with you, sir. I honestly don't know what kind of relationship she's talking about." The boss turns to the delivery driver and says, "Call her and tell her to come downstairs and pick up her food." The delivery driver says fearfully, "I already called her and told her that, according to company policy, she needed to come downstairs, but she threatened to give me a bad rating if I didn't bring it upstairs." The boss asks the security guard, "Is what he's saying true?" The security guard replies, "Yes, sir, it's true. The injuries on my face were caused by Manager Sophia because I refused to let the delivery driver go upstairs yesterday. Last week, she beat one of our elderly security guards so badly that he ended up in the hospital." The boss says angrily, "This is unbelievable. How dare someone lay hands on company employees?" The security guard says sadly, "Sir, you don't know her. She joined the company just 3 days ago, and she's extremely cruel." Then he lightly slaps his own forehead again and adds, "I'm sorry, sir. I spoke out of turn again." The boss tells the delivery driver, "Call her. I want to see for myself who she thinks she is, and give me your jacket." The delivery driver nervously calls Manager Sophia and says, "Hello, I'm downstairs with your food. Company policy doesn't allow me to come upstairs, so you'll have to come down and get it." Manager Sophia says angrily over the phone, "What? I told you to bring my food upstairs. You're actually telling me to come downstairs? Stay right there. I'm coming." The delivery driver takes off his jacket and hands it to the boss. Manager Sophia storms downstairs and says angrily, "You delivery guy, because of you I had to come downstairs myself. Do you have any idea how valuable my time is? Who stopped you from coming upstairs?" She notices the security guard and says, "Oh, it's you again. Looks like you still haven't learned your lesson after what happened a few days ago." She starts slapping the security guard. The boss says angrily, "Who gave you the right to hit someone?" Manager Sophia says proudly, Because I'm the general manager of Alpha Group, and I have a very special relationship with the chairman." The boss asks in surprise, "A special relationship with the chairman?" Manager Sophia says arrogantly, "You're just a poor delivery driver. What would you know? I studied overseas for 8 years. I was hired to take this company to new heights. Everyone else here works for us." The boss lets out a sarcastic laugh and says, "So you think you're the one who runs this company?" Manager Sophia says mockingly, "Absolutely. Delivery drivers and security guards like you are just low-level workers. You're not worthy of respect." The boss asks, "So you think you're someone important at Alpha Group? If you weren't a manager here, what status would you have?" Manager Sophia says confidently, "If I weren't working at Alpha Group, I'd have a high-ranking position at another major company. I'll never have trouble finding a job." The boss says, "It looks like no one has ever stopped you before. Today I'll teach you a lesson." Manager Sophia laughs mockingly and says, "You're going to teach me a lesson? Take a look at yourself first." Then she shoves the boss with both hands and says, "You're going to teach me a lesson? You teach me a lesson?" Just then the boss's secretary walks over and says, "Sir, I need to speak with you about something urgent." The boss says, "All right, go ahead. I'll be there in a moment." The boss takes off the delivery driver's jacket and says, "Well then, Manager Sophia, do you recognize me now?" When Manager Sophia hears the secretary call him sir, she freezes in shock. She quickly grabs the boss's hand and says, "Oh, you're the chairman?" The boss says, "Why? You don't recognize the person you claim to have such a special relationship with?" Manager Sophia says nervously, "Sir, I was only joking. Today's just my 3rd day here. They provoked me first, so I reacted." The boss says, "No one is allowed to behave like that in this company." Manager Sophia says carelessly, "Sir, he's just a security guard. Even if I hit him, what difference does it make?" The boss says furiously, "Enough. Security guards are not just security guards. They protect this company, its employees, and its property. You're a manager, yet you abuse your own employees." Manager Sophia says, "Sir, it was all a misunderstanding. You were dressed like a delivery driver today. How could I have recognized you? If I'd known you were the chairman, I never would have acted that way." The boss says, "If I hadn't worn this outfit today, I would never have discovered that someone as arrogant and cruel as you works in my company. You're fired. Get out of my company immediately." Sophia asks, "Are you really firing me because of a security guard?" The boss says angrily, "Anyone who lacks basic humanity has no place working in my company.